Stop thinking about what you want, instead start thinking about what you have. This little mindset shift has helped me become a lot more successful in anything that I have ever done. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Anthony here, and today we've got another little yap sesh. I want to talk about success and money and how you can acquire more of it. So let's talk about that introduction. Stop focusing on what you want, but instead focus on what you already have. So a lot of people have goals. They got ambition. You want more money, you want a new house, you want a better job, a better career. You want a lot out of life. But in search of everything that you want, a lot of people take what they have for granted. They don't see that they're already super lucky. They're already blessed with everything that they currently have. And I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about family, I'm talking about how you could already have a roof over your head, but it's just human nature to want more. Everybody always thinks that the grass is greener on the other side, or they always want what they can't have or what they don't have. But what I have learned in all of my experiences is that your desires will always be out of reach because it will never be enough. Let me give an example. Ever since I was young, I always believed that money buys happiness. So my goal as a kid was always to be rich. I always thought that money was gonna solve all of my problems and all of my issues. And money does help, it really does. But because I was so blinded by this idea that I want to be rich and that I need more money, like my goal was always to make as much money as fast as possible. I didn't realize that I was already rich in a different sense. I was rich in experiences. I was able to learn a lot of skills that really helped me get to where I am now. Because think about it like this. The things that you already have are gonna be the building blocks leading up to whatever you want to reach. Let's say your goals are up on a cliff. They're out of reach. You can try and force your way up there. You can try climbing the cliff and you might be successful. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Your goals are on this cliff and you have all of these blocks. They're individual blocks and they're scattered all around you. And these blocks represent everything that you currently have in your life. Let's say your friends, your family, the job you currently have, the money that's in your bank account, your health, your sanity. Every little thing is a block. And then so now you actually focus on those blocks, utilizing them, building them up. Every single time you focus on one of these aspects of your life, it stacks up. And all of a sudden it's stacking up like a staircase and it's going higher and higher and higher. The more and more that you focus on the things that you already have in your life, it continues to build. And all of a sudden it's built this wonderful, beautiful staircase all the way up to where your goals are at. And all you have to do is walk up each and every single step until you're able to stand right next to your goal and it's within your grasp. There was a time right out of college where the only thing I was really focused on was making money. And I thought through hard work, spending time, grinding, and working multiple jobs, that was the way to become rich. And boy, was I wrong. Because during that time, I was the unhappiest I had ever been in my life. I was pulling 60 to 70 hour weeks. I barely had enough sleep because I always told myself that I wouldn't be like everybody else. Once I did get a job and once I was working all the time, I wouldn't make the excuse that I didn't have enough time to hang out and to meet up with friends or family, to do anything. Because I've always thought that that was the lamest excuse, that there's not enough time to do this or do that. So I sacrificed my sleep. I was working 60-hour weeks, I was making really good money, but I wasn't becoming any more rich than I already was. I mean, I was really good with saving. Every single one of my paychecks, I would put aside 20 to 30% directly into a savings account, and then I would invest another 15 to 20% of my paychecks. And so that's when I learned the hard way that whatever you want the most is always going to be just out of reach. And so when I realized that no matter how much money I was making, I was never any closer to my goal of being rich, I realized that I was focusing on the wrong things. I was so focused on trying to make money and become rich that I forgot what it was like to have fun, to experience life as it came, and to essentially just live life. And now you're probably wondering where I'm going with this, and Honestly, I'm not even quite sure. I'm still learning myself. I'm still trying to figure out the ropes of life because I'm relatively young, but I realize that my life is just beginning. So yeah, thanks for listening to this rant. Make sure you guys have a beautiful day, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.
Look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been